welcome back to the PAX East 2020 video. I'm playing some Beyblade Pixels, coming soon to the Switch, the first console release for Spooky Squid games. Miguel, how's it going, man? Long time no see.
Yeah, good to see you again.
How you been?
Good. Really, this is sort of both of our games that we've made over the existence of the company. So it's the first time we've ever shown them both.
Yeah, very different in style and tone off the bat, I can see. So what am I in store for with Beyblade Pixels?
You can kind of think of it as what if Celeste had a lot of blood in combat?
Okay.
So very sort of precision platforming, but then the combat uses a one-button system that kind of is like Smash, in that pushing a direction might give you something different than not pushing. Different directions will do different attacks. Tapping is different than holding. So you sort of get a rhythm down as you learn how the combat works. And it's no unlockables. All the combat moves are open to you from the start. So it's about mastery rather than sort of an artificial unlocking system.
That name is just the most accurate description for this game I've seen ever.
The name came first.
God, look at the gore. So what's it like bringing this game to the Switch with all these years? Like for you guys?
For me, it's been interesting because I basically once you sort of move on to the next game, you're not really playing. So I've played hundreds of hours of Beyblade Pixels, but suddenly be oh, okay, I haven't really touched this in a few years. And sort of relearning, oh yeah, what is it all about? How does it all work? So you want to kick it up and then jump, and it'll basically go into bullet time for you. There you go.
Look at that beauty. Wow, so many techniques in this game.
Sorry?
It's really deep.
Yeah, no, I was interested in going what if you went had basically the limitations of a NES controller, but tried to actually make a deep, interesting combat system.
Stand on the line.
You can also just run towards the line and do it. There you go.
Much better, much better. Let's try that again. Oh,
and that does damage based on distance, so that's showing you the optimal distance.
So we expect tons of interesting boss fights. What's the actual core gameplay besides murdering people?
It's that and some very difficult platforming. So I don't know, how are your N++, Meat Boy, Celeste skills?
My Meat Boy skills are pretty decent. N++, not so great. And Celeste, I was horrible at it.
Well, you went for a fun time. So the combat is very much anti-button mashing, which is sort of that is something that it shares with Russian subway dogs, where we don't want you just mindlessly hitting buttons. We want you to be thinking about what you're doing.
So describe this little sigil meter.
So this is basically your checkpoints are earned in the game. So by collecting those blood bubbles and by doing stylish kills, you'll fill up a meter at the top, and that lets you drop a checkpoint. And so you get to choose when you're going to checkpoint in these big levels.
See, you know what game needs that? Devil May Cry.
The thing is, you do have to earn them. So if you skip a bunch of combat, you'll suddenly find yourself with no way to checkpoint, and you'll lose all of that progress.
I just love how even the books bleed in this game. What doesn't bleed in this game?
The walls until you've covered them in blood. So we've got about 5 minutes of these pixel art cutscenes. That was several months of work because I was the only artist on this one.
And just so our audience can see firsthand on the Switch, let's pull that up for a hot second.
Yeah, let me just...
Look at that beauty. Oh my God.
Just let it know. I've, of course, color coordinated our Switch.
Yeah, you have. That's quite gorgeous. And you got a Lovecraft quote. I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
So now it just puts you through a little bit of routine to make sure that you've learned everything.
So am I tapping?
No, sorry. Tap the button. So there you want to be pushing in the direction while hitting attack.
See, the walls are kind of bleeding there a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, because it has sort of a novel combat system, we do sort of make sure that you get a bunch of chances to sort of get your head around how it all fits together.
Right, you're teaching through level design, essentially.
Yeah. We found because it was doing such, has such a unique control scheme, we wanted to first go like, okay, here it is, lessons, and it's like, okay, here's a space but with reminders.
So why do you make someone to play this game on the Switch? When is it being released?
It will be later this year. Like, we're pretty close to finish up the port, and then we just got to go through, you know, getting ratings in the right places, all of that stuff, the business side of things.
There's white claws. What was that move I just did? That little...
There's some moves we haven't taught you yet.
Oh, sneaky. And that is a great place to end it, getting demolished. All right.
So if you'd like to see a bit of like high-level play, I can